Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion in the Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wherever you may be around the globe, it certainly is a fantastic morning. It's a beautiful day. It's a day, y'all, to, start on whatever you need to get started on. We're going to be talking about some, good stuff today. We're going to be talking about succeeding and success and what that looks like for you. And, I'm just so excited. I'm so pumped. I was up last night till about 11:30, listening and talking and communicating with, my sisters and things, not my biological sisters, because I don't have any of those, but I'm talking about, people that I network with, people that I collaborate with. And I'm going to tell you, y'all, it's some stuff that, I'm going to bring to this community because I feel like, especially women, okay? Especially women, you need to be in another level in whatever it is that, you have in your heart to do, or, even things that you are doing. So many women, my heart goes out to women because that's my audience. So many women, I see them, struggling to get this together, struggling to get that together. And all of these workshops and conferences and networking events that we're going to bring to you this year is going to dramatically change your life. And so I'm so excited about that, Tiffany. I'm so excited to be able to bring these things, to this audience where they could be enlightened, where they could see that there's other ways, where they could see that, or put it this way, where they could see expansion in their lives. Because I told you before, everywhere that you go, you're supposed to, expand it, okay? Expand. But a lot of times people don't even see expansion in their own lives. So that's why it's hard for them to be able to walk into another level in their lives. So when we talk about, what does it mean to, what does it mean to succeed and define success for your life? These are some of the things that we're going to talk about today. But with that being said, let me first introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. So many times, and especially women, okay, you're leaving money on the table because you can't see more for yourself. Of course, you want more for yourself, but you just can't see it. You just can't seem to get it together. And this is, you got to see it this way, okay? You got to be able to open yourself up to receive expansion. Open yourself up to receive, seeing things another way. So I'm going to allow Tiffany to go ahead and introduce herself, and then we'll be able to get in more of the program, okay?
Yeah, well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's super good to be here. I am super excited to be able to see you guys and be able to chat with you guys yet another day. So I'm super grateful to be able to say that there's a workshop that we're getting ready to do that's getting ready to come up at the 16th of, and make sure, yes, it's on the 16th of this month at 7 p.m. If you haven't registered for that, then you have the opportunity to go ahead and register. But go ahead and leave some comments and registration is now in the chats field. So look at you. Come on now. The registration for that conference is at Eventbrite. So it is it's in the comments field. So please go ahead and feel free to click the link so that you'll be able to get started with the registration. Who does not want to be edified and who does not want to have the opportunity to monetize themselves? And so this is what this conference is about, is monetizing you. So go ahead and get signed up for that. And I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am Coach T. Rowe. I am the people's cheerleader. And what I do is I like encouraging women, period. But what I like to do is to encourage you to rid some of that evil stuff that's in your heart and some of the stuff that you're harboring and holding on to. So sometimes it's just, I won't say sometimes, it's better for you just to let things go. And so sometimes we want to hold on to a lot of things, but some things that we're holding on to, this is worthless. Go ahead and loose it and let it go. So that's what I do is I encourage you to rid the toxins of your heart and to set goals that are true to you moving forward from what you have, since you have done this good old cleanse now. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, the comment section is definitely going to be your best friend for you to communicate with us. I know it's our best friend for us to communicate with you back as well, but we always respond in live timing. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give it back over to Ms. Gertrude J. Chapman so we can turn our passion into profit.
And thank you, Tiffany. Thank you to the YouTube. I believe it was a YouTube, LinkedIn user, that found us through Gabe's daily events. So we want to thank you and we welcome you to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And we hope that, what you hear today will provide value for you to be able to move your brand, to move, whatever it is that you're involved in to the next level. Because that's what we do here. We move you to the next level by giving you those strategies, those tidbits, whatever it is that will resonate with whatever you're doing. And like I said, I believe my audience is women. And I believe women, have so much value. They have so many gems inside of them. And they're just not using it to the best of their ability. And a lot of times they just don't know how, they just don't know how. And when we're talking about what does it mean, to succeed, let me ask you this, about taking action. Have you, stopped and thought about, what is happening in your life in the present? Are you taking action on those ideas that, you come across, those ideas that come into your mind? You just not just sit there and dream about them, but take action. Make those things happen. A lot of times, women just sit back and they say, well, I don't see it. I don't believe that I have enough to share with somebody, or I don't think my story is something that somebody would like to read, or maybe somebody, there's already enough books written on that subject. Who wants to hear from me? But there is an audience out there that wants to hear from you, that needs to hear from you, because everyone is different. You may not be the voice for everybody, but you are the voice for somebody. And somebody's waiting for your voice. Somebody's waiting for, your authenticity. Somebody's waiting for your uniqueness, okay? Somebody's waiting for you. So let me ask you this. When we're talking about succeeding, yes, a lot of people are guilty of that. A lot of people are guilty of that. But, we could do something about that. Okay. We could do something about that starting today. Okay. Don't beat yourself up about it or anything of that nature. It's just a reminder. Let's start today. Let's do something about, those things that's inside of us. Okay. Getting to know yourself, tapping inside of yourself and, defining yourself. I think that was the question that I asked last week, and I gave homework. Define yourself and see who you really are. Okay. A lot of times people don't know who they are, but you have to know who you are. You have to know your purpose. And then you'll begin to see what good qualities you have in yourself. And this comes from spending time with yourself in that solitary place and really looking inside of yourself and seeing what you have, not criticizing yourself, not looking down on yourself, but what are those gems? What are those treasures? What are those things that's so unique about you? Those things that people often ask you about, or they seek out your knowledge about, or, They're asking you this, or they don't ask anybody else, but they ring your phone, or they pull you to the side. What is that? And there's clues, y'all. There's clues. And a lot of times we're so busy as women, we're doing this and we're doing that, and we often leave ourselves on the back burner. But this is the time to bring yourself forward and really get to know who you are. And then you can see, what does it mean to succeed? Because success looks different for everybody, okay? Success looks different for everybody. And these are some things that you should write down. Now, let me ask you this. Do you have a written vision? Because you always have to start with that. Write the vision. After you define who you are, write your vision and make it plain. Okay? And make sure that it's up to date. Okay? Don't hold back on anything. This is a time of total honesty with yourself. Don't allow negativity to come into your mind and say, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. If it comes up out of you, okay, from your heart, write it down. Write it down. You may not know how to do it. You may not know how to do it. It may be, foggy or whatever. But if it comes up out of you, write it down. Make an effort. Make that first step. That's where a lot of times people, they miss it. They don't write it down. And then you believe in what you have written. Believe in what you have written. And you ask yourself, do I really believe this? This is what success is, believing in yourself. Because before you expect other people to believe in you, you have to first believe in yourself. And then setting your goals. Don't set small goals. Just like I said before, when I open up the program, ask yourself, are my goals big enough? Expansion. You remember I told you about expansion. Don't play it small, but expand your mind. Expand your mindset for greater. Don't play it on the safe side. This is a time to expand yourself. You remember, Tiffany, we told them last year, 2021, and even in January, about expansion. Everything you hear on Turning Your Passion in the Prophet Morning Show was going to expand the mindset. We talk about expansion. So what does it mean, y'all, to succeed? Define success in your life. What do you say about that, Tiffany?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In regards to success looks different on everybody, and everybody has a different definition of what success looks like. So what I might deem successful, I might say you should look successful because you have a beautiful car, and that you have all this extravagant outfits on, and you just look successful, But then what is it that you do that made you successful? What is it that you're doing in the process? What do you do, and what are you doing? What have you done? Just like that. What did you do to get there? What are you doing? And I need to know, what's the happenstance? What is it that you're doing that's giving you this look of success? But exactly, I'm agreeing with you. Exactly. What is it? What does it look like for you? Because again, we all deem success as something completely different. I may just think that you're successful because you done made it on TV. But what does that mean? But everybody has a different understanding. These bracelets are getting on me. Everybody has a different understanding of what it looks like. And so you can't say that I'm successful and you're not, because each one is successful in their own way. So I think sometimes we'll all get discouraged. Well, not all of us, but sometimes certain people will get discouraged because they're trying to put on the outfit of what another individual has on. And unfortunately, my success doesn't fit you, because what I deem successful is something completely different from you. So we can't really measure our success by what you do. We have to measure it according to what it is that we want. And then that's when we actually will be truly successful, is when you are in your own lane and you're doing exactly what it is that you want to do, that vision that you have written out. You're going according to what it is that you want, not according to something that somebody else is doing or has done.
And that's so true. That's so true. Stay in your own lane. That's true. Success means, it's a difference for everybody, and I promise y'all, success. even on the general terms, okay, that our audience, if they listen, if they do the things that we place before them, that it will move the needle in their lives, okay? Open up to true collaboration. I'm talking about true collaboration where nobody's jealous, where people want to help each other, okay? It doesn't make sense for, me to have the knowledge and my audience not having the knowledge, because we have to believe that there's abundance in this whole world, okay? There is abundance. And that's where we're going to help this audience to see that abundance, and not only to see it, to walk in it, So I'm going to ask you, audience, are you ready for that next step? Are you ready? Okay. And we have given you different things that we've been talking about, on these broadcasts to get you ready. Okay. I always ask you about and tell you about defining yourself. I tell you about writing the vision. I'm telling you about these things. These things are necessary, okay, in order to go to this next level or these levels, because it's not just going to be a next level, but it's going to be levels upon levels upon levels. And we want you to be able to, run this race, okay, and keep up. Run this race and keep up, because this is a winning team. And we all have to see ourselves, whatever. And I'm not saying, well, this team, turning your passion in the Prophet Morning Show, is the only winning team. But what I'm telling you, there's many winning teams out there. But since you're here, you listening to us, this is a winning team. Okay. I see us as winning. Okay. We haven't lost anything, at all this year. We constantly progressing. And that's what we want to see you also do, progress. So what you're going to be hearing, in these coming months, and what you're going to be seeing is going to take you to the next level. Okay. Because you're not going to, just be successful in one segment. If you have a business, okay, or if you have a book or a product or a service, but you're going to be successful in every area of your life. If you just, key in and listen and, follow the instructions that you're hearing here, you're going to be successful in every area of your life. And that moves us into the first talking point, where we're talking about be optimistic. Okay. You have to be optimistic. You have to be able to do the right things that's going to bring the results that you desire. Be optimistic, be open, okay? Don't close your mind off. Step forward, okay? Step forward into your greatness. Step forward into your expansion. Step forward into the area that you desire. Do not be afraid. Just step forward. Just like Nike says. Nike says, just do it. Okay? Don't think about it. Just do it. Because I promise you, okay, and that is my promise, because I believe in abundance. I believe in sharing, because I it don't make sense just for me and me alone to walk in a successful level, and everybody else, they don't know about it. I like to tell it. I like to go tell it, Tiffany. I like to tell it. Okay. And last night I was, as things were coming to me, I was just writing down names. I was writing down people's names. Okay. Tiffany, it makes me feel good when somebody else, the light bulbs comes on in other people's mind, where they could see a greatness in themselves. It's like when you give somebody something and they win and the light bulb comes on, it does something to you. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's
it definitely should
win, right?
It should. If that light bulb don't come on when somebody gets something done good for you, I think you should do a reevaluation of yourself, because I think there should always be some type of happiness that somebody else is progressing and doing something good, and that they have really realized better is for them. And so, like, seriously, that's a thing that they should be excited for. If you're not excited for that, God darn, let's reevaluate. Go ahead and have a conversation with one of us later on so that we can help you evaluate some things, because we should be grateful for another person's success, not just because yours is getting ready to come, but because somebody has awakened and they're walking into some newness for themselves. That's a beautiful feeling.
Oh, yes, it is, huh? It's a beautiful feeling. So y'all be optimistic, okay? Be optimistic. Be open. Be willing to try something new. Receive it, because it's a good thing, okay? We want you successful in every area of your life, but you have to be open to receive that. And here's another one, okay? Release yourself from apprehension. Fill it with positive feelings. Don't be apprehensive. And this goes along with the first talking point. You have to release yourself from that. Success is the only option. Okay? Success is your only option. You have been apprehensive before. Maybe it's because the way that you were treated. Maybe it's a mindset issue. Maybe you're not trusted. Maybe, it's different things going on in your mind. But you have to release yourself from being apprehensive. Okay? It's okay to trust again. Trust your feelings. Trust, your vision. Trust your vision. Because you and your vision are one. You have to make up in your mind that this is your year, that nothing will change for you if you don't first change your mindset. That this is your year to win. This is your year to go forward. This is your year to crush it. This is your year of expansion. And things will not be the same. You can't allow them to be the same. Because I'm telling you, what's coming, down the pipeline is so great. Y'all, it's so great. And I tell you, authors, that your book is a gateway. Your book is a gateway. And if you're an entrepreneur over there and you haven't written your book, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving money on the table. And that's part of what this conference is going to be about. That's coming up March the 16th. And the information is in, the comment section. It's a free conference. So y'all go tell that to everybody, okay? Y'all go spread this information, because we have some powerful conference speakers that's going to take you to the next level, okay? And then after that, after this other stuff that's going to come, even maybe before this conference, okay? There's going to be different things that, I'm going to be sharing with you all on this platform. We're going to be sharing this with you because we want to see you win, and we want to see you win big. You got to see there's enough for all of us. It's enough for all of us. And you have to see yourself more than making a few dollars, okay? More than making a few dollars. Just getting by. Just getting by. Tiffany,
just be getting by, though. That's just not, that's the mindset that we have, to just get by, just to scapegoat. That's just not the mindset that we should have. I mean, now we have our moments that, I'm just trying to get by, because sometimes we have a tumultuous day, or, there's moments in the day that it's just like, oh, if I could just get through this moment, if I could just get through it. But for us just to be attempting to have that happen for our life, stop and reevaluate. There is some anxiety that you're dealing with, and there's something that's happening in your life that's causing you, there's an apprehension, which is an anxiety or something that's happening that's causing an unpleasant mindset or unpleasant behavior to manifest itself in there. So you need to go ahead and release yourself from that, or maybe you got to identify it first and then, release yourself from that, because it is a behavior that's causing you to be locked and paralyzed in a place where you don't need to. We don't need to just be skating by, and we don't just need to just be whoop, 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 whoop. Everything don't need to be just like easing through. And as you would like to say, just having these spontaneous moments. They need to go ahead and be strategic about any and everything that we do. And again, if it's something that's causing you to be paralyzed and to be stagnated and whatever it is you need to identify that and be able to release yourself from that particular situation or that thought behavior so that you'll be able to progress and move forward. We always want to gain momentum, not lose it.
Yes, that's true. I was reading this. She said, this live stream isn't just turning on a light bulb in my mind. It could probably power up a whole town. Seriously, though, I'm realizing that there are things I love doing, things that help other people, and that they told me I do well, yet I've never monetized it. I don't even work in the area. You know, if there's things that you have on the inside of you, okay? Sometimes we don't realize, Tiffany, what's inside of us. She said that they told me I do it well, yet I never monetize it. I don't even work in the area. Sometimes people don't recognize what's on the inside of them, and that's why I, tell them to define themselves. Don't be afraid. Define yourself and see what it is on the inside of you. And, don't be afraid. It'll come when you write it down. You have to have more than one solitary moment by yourself. They don't even realize there's so much inside of us, y'all. There's so much inside of us that we haven't even tapped into. And sometimes people are just satisfied with writing one book, or they're satisfied with just opening up that business. And they're not thinking about other things. And then, especially in the time that we're living in, where there's so much uncertainty in the world, where there's so much inflation and all this stuff going on in the world. And they're saying, well, the gas prices are this and that and the other. But you have everything you need on the inside of you to win, to not struggle. I'm going to say that again. You have everything you need on the inside of you to win, to not struggle, to make your millions, okay? Or your billions. It's inside of you. There's a lot to you that you haven't even tapped into yet. Okay, set an idea. Here we go here. Set an idea of great success. Okay, 100%, 100% belief in your vision. Set an idea of great success. And you have to stick with it, y'all. Stick with it. There'll be up days, there'll be down days, but you stick with your vision no matter what. But set an idea of great success. See yourself as greatness. See yourself on the world stage. See yourself being that successful person. Just like the user said, people tell me I'm great at this, but I don't even know. Yet I never monetized it. Well, when you sit down and you write your vision and you start writing and you concentrate on that, ideas will come to you. It will come to you. Just write it down. It may not even make any sense. But as you write it down, it's like a puzzle. You write here, you put this here, you put that there, you just write it. And eventually it will come and it will make sense. It will make sense. But you have to be present with yourself. You have to really look at it. And it's probably something else that you're doing that's related to that. Good morning, Gabe. I think I seen Gabe there. He was there also. Good morning. And we welcome everybody to Turning Your Passion in the Prophet Morning Show. Thanks for being with us today. But, a lot of times it's something that we're already doing. And it's related to that. It's just another level and we don't recognize it. Tiffany, it's just another level. We get spurts here, we get spurts there. But write it down. Write everything down, y'all. Take a journal, okay? Take a journal and just write things. See, I have a journal. I have more than one, and I write things down. I was writing down the other day, of how I'm positioning myself, how I'm doing certain things, and how I want certain things to come through a certain avenue. You understand? You have to make it plain. You have to write it in detail. You remember? Write the vision and make it plain upon paper, that he that readeth may run. Though the vision tarry, wait for it. Okay? But you have to be in detail. It's just like you're saying, well, I want to marry this guy. Well, what guy? How do you describe this guy? I want my husband to be this, that, and the other. Well, how would you describe it? Break it down to detail. A lot of times, now you know something, Tiffany? We are women, okay? We talk in detail. We want to find out all the juicy stuff. We talk more than men. Men just want the general stuff. But we as women, when we're talking to each other, we break it down in detail, okay? So why can't we write in detail? See, that's something right there. That just came to me. We don't write in detail. We write in general. But if we break it down in detail and write it down exactly what we want, okay, from our vision, exactly how we want things to come, guess what? That's the way it's going to come. It's going to come through those things. There's power in your speech. There's power in your writing. There's power in your thinking. There's power in the way that you show up. There's power in a lot of things that we a lot of times don't even recognize. So set an idea for great success. Be 100% pleased with your vision and believe in your vision.
That's a good point. You have to definitely believe in your vision. And I absolutely love what Miss Karen says in regards to that statement. And she started powering up the whole town. That was super cute. I just smiled. I was just sitting over here grinning as she was reading it. I thought that was powerful. So I'm grateful that the light bulb has came on for you, because now you get to be that individual that's going to power up your whole town, and you are going to be able to be that successful individual, because what success basically is the accomplishment or the aim or the purpose of what you're wanting to do. So it is whatever those things that you have inside of you that everybody is saying that you're a beast at and that you're just real good at. Go ahead, take a moment to plan it out and see exactly how you're going to be able to monetize those things, because that's going to be a beautiful thing for you to be able to start to see your income increasing. And you're going to be able to have fun about it, because if these are things that you're good at, obviously they must be good things you're good at, because multiple people are telling you about this. And I'm pretty sure that the people that are telling you about these things are different individuals that may not even know each other. So go ahead and do that. You're doing these things effortlessly. So if you do it without any issues or problems, why not go ahead and make a little bit? And maybe that could be your second, third, fourth, fifth income. Or then again, it could be your primary income and you're doing something else off of it. But that's a beautiful thing to be able to monetize that. And I'm super grateful to have you be a successful individual. I'm looking forward to hearing about all the wonderful things that you're about to do to power up your town, your city. And that's about to be super beautiful. So I'm excited for you and your growth. And I'm super grateful for Gabe, for him putting us in his newsletter so that you are able to see that. But sincerely, make sure that you are able to realize how great of an individual you are, so that you will be able to see greatness in your success. So, because again, it's the accomplishment or the aim of a purpose that you have for your life. That's basically all it is. And that's why I state you can't deem my success off of how you think you're going to be successful, because what my aim and my purpose is something completely different from what yours is. So my success looks different on me than it is on you. Even if we both are goal coaches, if we're both authors and we're writers, my success is going to be something completely different from what yours is, because my aim and my purpose still is completely different. Even though we're both authors, we both have written books, it's still something completely different. So you got to be able to understand your idea, understand what your level of greatness is. Understand you. And it's imperative for you to understand who you are. I have to say, one of the best things to understand is that one of the greatest letters in the alphabet is I. And once you realize who you are, once you realize that that's super powerful. And you're going to understand, I'm a powerful individual. I am super special. I matter, and my purpose has to be fulfilled. So you can't do it for others until you really realize it for yourself. I is a powerful thing. So understand and maximize your success, because you'll understand what your purpose is once you go ahead and put that into full fruition. Once you focus on it, you'll get a chance to really go ahead and be successful.
And that's so true, huh? That is so true. That is powerful statement. Yeah. Now success looks different. Success looks different for everyone. You know, my idea of success is empowering women, and when they get it, it does something to me, y'all. I want to see women win. Why women? Because women get paid the less, the least. Put it that way. They get paid the least, and they oftentimes struggling through life, or they're the ones that live longer than the husbands. And they struggling, they trying to do this, trying to do that. Okay, all through life there's always something going on with women, and a lot of times women bury their talents because they're taking care of this one, they're taking care of that one, they putting themselves on the back burner. Okay, and they're not seeing what they have inside of them, that, like she said, that could power the whole world, or power that community, or whatever it is, that city. They're seeing that. As women, what she said, as women, we have so many skills and gifts that men wouldn't even dream of having to the same extent. Yet we underestimate ourselves so much and don't use these gifts and skills enough in our favor. And that's certainly right. That's certainly right. And that's why, I love to talk to women, to shake them up, to ignite a fire, inside of them, to say, come on, girl, you can make it. To point out the gifts, talents, and abilities that I see within inside of them. That's my idea of success. My idea of success is connecting with women to jumpstart them to be able to reach their goals. I know I'm gonna be taken care of. I know that. I don't even worry about that. I don't even worry about that. Money should never be an issue. When you're serving your people, your audience, and you're serving them well, money is never an issue. How many lives are you changing? That should be the thing. How many lives are you changing? Transformation in lives. That's a great responsibility. As an author, as a business owner, whatever you're in, transforming lives. Not only that individual life, but that family, the family of that individual, because they're living with that individual. And when that individual's life change, then the family around them, and things change in that home, in that atmosphere, on that job. And not only that, but how about generations? You have the ability as a woman to shift the generations. But a lot of times people don't see that. So you have to see yourself big. You have to see yourself as expansion. You have to see yourself as be able to shift things. When you walk into a place, you shift the atmosphere. That's how big you are. When you know who you are, when you know your true identity, there's nothing that can stop you, and there's nothing that will be impossible to you. You have to believe. You have to see it that way. You have to see yourself as that individual, and you have to believe in yourself. And everything else would have to line up. It's either going to conform to, what's being said or the atmosphere, or it's going to move out the way. But set ideas for great success. Here's another thing. Let's move to this next one because the time is going. Visualize yourself. Okay? Visualize yourself. You have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. You have to see it in your mind's eye. You have to, take and meditate on certain things. Okay? Meditate. And see yourself that way. And walk in it. It comes from a knowing. It comes from your inner core. And a lot of times people dismiss those things that's on the inside because they're so busy looking for things that's on the outside of them. But visualize yourself. You can never reach where you desire to go if you don't see it. You first have to see it. Everything that you have now, you have seen it before. Learn how to use your vision for the positive, for the growth, not for the negative, not for things that's going to sabotage your growth. Because sometimes people just think about, oh, well, suppose this happened. And then their mind go and they visualize that. And guess what? It happens just the way they visualize it. So visualize yourself being successful, whatever success means for you. Visualize yourself accomplishing your dreams. Visualize yourself working daily, on your plans in order to reach your goals. Visualize yourself, because you could never arrive at a destination that you haven't first seen. Only after you see it will you arrive there. So vision is very important. So learn how to visualize yourself accomplishing your goals.
You definitely have to visualize that first and knowing exactly where you really want to go. Because even if we're going into, I love using the GPS as an example, because the GPS routes us to where it is that we need to go to. But you at least know where your destination is, that it sees where you are and where you're trying to go to. And then it maps it out to get you to that destination. And it gives you a few different options. You can get there the fastest route. You can do a route with or without tolls. So you got different ways that you're able to go ahead and get in there. But the catch is you already know exactly where you want to go. So you're seeing yourself where it is that you want to go. You got to visualize what it is. You have to visualize what your success is, because success is where your purpose is. Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go? You said a little while ago is to see yourself on the world stage. Is that where you want to be? Visualize yourself where you want to be at. And not only once you visualize yourself at seeing where you're going to be, take steps to get there, because we don't want it just to remain a vision. We don't want it to just be a dream. We want that dream and that vision to become a reality, and we want to see it come into full fruition. So you got to visualize yourself at where you want to go to, and make sure that you use your GPS to route you to that destination. Make sure you're writing it out so that you have a clear way and a clear path of how you're going to get to that, because there are going to be obstacles, and there are going to be times that you're going to be frustrated and you're going to want to quit, and you're going to be like, forget it. But even with the GPS, when the GPS routes us to a certain destination, there may be construction going on, so it has to reroute you to someplace. You don't stop because there's construction there. You just get rerouted. That's the purpose of making sure you visualize your success and putting it down on paper, because if you're committing it to your head, there's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be certain situations that's going to come about. You may lose track of where you're at. However, you have written your vision down and you know exactly where it's at. So when the issues of life and certain things start to happen to you, you won't be able to lose sight of what it is that you originally wrote down. You'll be able to go right back to it. So visualize your success and understand where your purpose is at. Don't lose sight of it. And make sure once you see it, as you love to say, you got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. Make sure you see it so that you'll be able to see it, and then you'll be able to go forward.
And that's so true, Tiffany. You got to see it. And what is that GPS? And what we're talking about, that GPS is calling plans. Okay? Where you plan it. Goals, and the plans are the way that you get to your goals.
That's going to be your goal planning system, the GPS.
That GPS. There you go, girl. There you go. That's it. And those things are not necessarily always written in concrete. Well, not even always written in concrete, because they could shift and they could change. And yesterday I talked about, how, you accommodate those shifts, how you accommodate those changes, how you map things out, how you schedule yourself. And I talked about that, putting things on a schedule. You have to be present. You have to learn how to optimize your time. Optimize everything, y'all. Optimize everything is so very important. Now, this moves us to what? Plan and work to be successful. Choose the action that best match your goals, even the success that you desire daily. You have to choose your actions that best match your goals. And this is another way, you schedule it. And what is that action that best matches your goals? Okay, that's the one you choose. You have to learn how to prioritize things. I talked about this yesterday, about prioritizing, about putting a time stamp on things. You either organize them, how would I say this? Segment them. Either they're organized or they're time sensitive. Okay? But that best action to meet that goal, plan and work to be successful. Don't just do things just to be busy, because it's such as called busy work. Okay? But do things that's going to match your goals, that's going to help you optimize your day. So you're not tired, so you're not overwhelmed, so you're not overworked, so you don't get discouraged. Plan and work to be successful. That just don't just work to just say, oh, I'm working, and I talked about this, I think on the earlier broadcast last week. Girl, I'm grinding, I'm doing this. But no, you're not grinding. You're not doing those things. Okay. I know it's an N word, but you sometimes have to watch what you say, because you'll have what you say. So watch the words that come out your mouth and watch the things that you do. Be present and work to be successful, not to, fit in with the crowd, not because it's the in thing to do, not because, you're just doing it to be doing it, because you can never get back your time. You can never replace your time. And time is very valuable. Time is very valuable. So plan and work to be successful. What is the best match for your goal? What is the best match for your goal? What can you do to accomplish the goal that you have set for today? And don't overwhelm yourself. You remember, schedule it out. And to get more of that, go back to the to yesterday's broadcast where I broke it down for you. Plan and work to be successful. Let's see. She said, "What? It's almost." Okay,
she's going
to Brazil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in today. And we welcome you to come back and, visit us. But go ahead, Tiffany, before we close out.
Oh, no. I was good. I was just telling you
Oh.
what she said. When you put it back up there on the screen, I was just telling you, summing it up, what she said, that she was basically getting ready to go to lunch. Or she was watching us on lunch.
Okay. Well, we're happy to have you. And, come back again. Like I said, everybody who has joined us today. And also go in the links and, sign up for that free conference that's coming up. We have some wonderful speakers. We have a lady that's going to tell you about your website, how to, constantly have visitors to your website, how to set your website up properly. We're going to have another lady that's going to talk about Facebook ads, how you could, reach your ideal clients without spamming groups and having useless conversations. We're going to have another lady on there talking about the virtual bookstore. So if you have written a book, she has a virtual bookstore and she has many, many avenues to help you. And then there's a lady that's going to talk about sales. If you're afraid to ask for the sales, she's going to help you with that. Then there's Tiffany that's going to do mindset, talking to you about the matters of the heart. And then I'm there teaching you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. And also going to share with you other things that you could do to help your business, okay? To scale your business to the next level. The monies that are available to you. Because like I said, you can't have everything one-sided and, and things over here falling apart. So there's going to be different things that you're going to hear about that's going to come up so you can maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. But we thank you for being with us today, taking time out of your busy schedule, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow on another segment of Turning Your Passion in the Profit Morning Show. And remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace, everyone. Take care.